Are you trying to figure out how to get your own Celestial Pulse merch? Do not fret longer. Type in redbubble.com/people/Visenya Designs, and there you can have all the shirts that I produce. You can go ahead and get tote bags and everything else. So for more information, you can click the link down below and figure out which shirt you want, or tote bag, case, whatever you want. Hey guys, this is Vess, and welcome back to another speed art. So today I'm doing a commission. Down below you're gonna see what I had to do for the commission. Basically I'm working with this person. Her name is Muriel, and she's with her, I think it's Chochobo or something like that. It's from like Final Fantasy. It's like this animal for Final Fantasy. And she's like feeding it with like feeding it a carrot, I will say. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. This piece literally took me a while because I was like doing the details and stuff like that. I had to focus on just creating the characters itself because Blue Mage did not have the characters put together, so I had to like read this little it's like a little information box of who the character is, what they're doing and stuff like that, and making sure their clothes are right, their hair and everything else. During this process I was talking to Blue Mage because there was some things that I didn't understand, like when it came down to the mask, I didn't know where to put it. When it came down to doing her colors, I didn't know what certain colors of certain things should have been, because I had so many references. I didn't want to just basically base it off of anything. The cool part about it was I did do a sketch over her head so that it could like with the mask part, I did a sketch over her head, and it basically made the mask look like it fit her. So that was a cool thing that I did, and then I added it to the her steed. I'm gonna call it her steed because I don't know how to pronounce this animal's name. I know how to say Muriel, but I don't know how to pronounce the other names of everything else, which is sad. I just don't like butchering stuff. All I can say is it was really difficult putting things together because you know how when you get pictures and they're like kind of pixelated, so you don't know if what you're doing is correct. That was basically what was the problem here. Like if every time I zoomed in, I didn't know if that was correct or not. So I had to basically have it on have it in a faraway view so that I can just look at it and go off of what it might look like. There were certain things that belonged on this steed that it was kind of conflicting because I was like, I don't know if Blue Mage wants it red because the flag is supposed to be blue, and I'm not too sure how it's gonna be with creating it and then coloring it that red color added with the blue. If you hear anything in the background, guys, again, my family came from out of state to over here, so they're spending time with me and my husband and stuff like that. So they're gonna be talking and running around and stuff. Right now I have like a major headache. Like I went to Comic-Con and I had to do this video. It's Saturday 10 o'clock at night, so I was like, I cannot have no video for tomorrow at 8. So right now I'm just like pushing through a headache, trying to get you guys this what I'm doing basically. This picture alone took me a week to do, so it was kind of difficult as is, and then we had so much fun on the stream, that was like cool what we was doing there, so it really brought the tension away. But I think I got a really major headache from like doing the stream late at night to wake up early in the morning to go to the convention, to be underneath loud music and everything. It's not even loud music, it's just people talking. Like it's just different conversations in different areas. Like I felt like it was just too much going on and I stood there for hours, but it was cool. It was a cool experience. I think I want to do that convention, so next year that convention is going to be on my plan. It's called All American. It's really cool. It's growing, and it was at the Cavelli Center, so it was pretty cool. Wow, I totally strayed away from the drawing, but yeah, basically it's just a simple commission, and just making the character what Blue Mage said. If you look on my left hand side down below, you can see that I'm working with like this this little description, and that's the thing that I talk about in my last video, with getting a description of your commissions so that you know exactly what's going on, especially talking to the commissioner. If you have a relationship with your commissioner, your commission should come out okay. Sometimes I get my fingers wrong or something wrong, so I always ask Blue Mage, can you please be very descriptive of your character, make sure you got all the fingers and toes correctly and stuff like that. And he does an awesome job with letting me know. So yes, he always has descriptions, he always has what the person is supposed to be doing and all that. And he also has reference pictures. So like, okay, if you look at the left hand side up above, you can see that I have this girl. It looks like a little furry cute little bunny girl. She has, that's just a reference of what she should look like. So it was like, she's supposed to look like this, and that's good because that says, okay, her image is supposed to look like this. Now I had another image where it was like a smaller little bunny. She was like less weighted, like not, she was almost like this one, but her body shape was a little bit different. And the reason why the body shape was a little bit different was because the clothing were a huge difference with her appearance and stuff like that. What I did do was, I wasn't too sure about the feet, and I know Blue Mage has sent me an image of a bunny without big feet. It was like little baby feet. I was kind of, I didn't know too much about if I should do that, because the image that he showed me with the actual bunny itself, or I don't know what it is, I think it's like a bat bunny-ish. She has her toes and then her feet, and her feet look like bunny, like regular rabbit feet, and it looks kind of cool. So I kind of added that because I thought that that makes sense, and being that she was my reference, I worked with that, and you know, basically made it as best as possible. And another thing I did was he let me know that the Muriel was 4 feet and she had her steed. So I went ahead and I looked at this steed online to see how big it is compared to a person. And I know that you know, some of the Final Fantasy guys are pretty tall, so I just was like, okay, 4 feet might be half their body size. So what I did was I made that steed, like I made her you know, 4 feet almost, I would say. Like the steed and her, like you tell the steed is big, but she's like medium size. So that's what I did to make it look like she has some height to her, and it made the picture come together, and it made some sense. She looks like she's on her tippy toes, but I noticed that she has wings, so I made her a little bit levitated. And the reason why I did levitation was because, again, the reference, I'm sorry, I burped. The reference that I had, it had the character floating a little bit, and that's, you know, that's kind of key elements I wanted to keep in there, because, you know, Blue Mage would not show me that for nothing. That's how, you know, I take some of my commissions. Yeah, guys, so talking about commissions, I'm gonna start doing more Blue Mage's commissions like this, because I am trying to kick punch Celestial Pulse to get it finished by, hopefully by the middle of August or something like that, so I can get it printed, because I'm trying to go to Yo Ice convention in Youngstown and sell at my booth. So that's what I'm planning to do, and get that situated. So commissions will be my videos. I will try to throw things here and there, but this summer has been a busy summer, like with Celestial Pulse and trying to do conventions and trying to look at conventions to see which ones I want to do and talk to people and stuff like that. So it's like, it's very, 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 very too much. Like, I got so much information. I think that's why I have a headache, because I had so much information thrown at me, and I'm just like, I don't know how to process it, I guess. But the good thing about it is I can go ahead and add I can go ahead and talk to everybody again, because they did give me their business cards and they told me that, hey, add me and stuff like that. So, you know, that's the cool part about that, you know. Again, guys, with this commission, I wasn't too sure about Muriel's colors, because her color scheme is pretty much crazy. Like, it had yellows and reds and blues and stuff like that, but her steed only had blues, blacks, and I think silver. So what I did was it had you know, the belts to keep the horse or whatever from moving. The belts and straps and stuff, I made those brown, like her outfit, and it kind of matched. And then on top of that, being that she had this mask, I made the mask look almost like the outfit that Blue Mage gave to me. Like, I used the same colors that she had, because I felt that she had a match, and it wouldn't make any sense if she didn't match, you know what I'm saying? I knew she didn't have to match with the steed, but I knew she had to match with the mask. So that's something that I kept in mind with this whole thing. It was really interesting putting everything together. I had to, you know, make the basket, put the fruit in the basket, fruit and vegetables in the basket. I had to what else did I do? Oh yeah, when I was making the outfit, it was kind of hard to make the outfit because it was so pixelated. So I was like, oh crap, like, is it supposed to look like this? So you know, I played around with trying to figure it out, like zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out type stuff. And then what I did was I did add the colors that was supposed to be to it. Oh, with the steed, I was gonna make the steed eat the carrot, like have the carrot in its mouth, but it says that, you know, the steed is eating like casually, I guess. So I let the crumbs come down his mouth, because when you give like a horse or a cat or a dog or somebody some animal that's like hunched over, the crumbs of that item comes out their mouth. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to have some of the pieces of carrot in the steed's mouth, and then crumbles coming off of it, you know. It's just to give it some type of interesting look, because I was gonna really go corny with it, but you know, I wasn't too happy with it, so that's why I scrapped that sketch and went with a different sketch. You saw that in the beginning of the whole commission thing that I did. I'm rambling on like crazy. I know that this I'm telling you guys, this image took me like maybe 9 hours to do. It was just crazy how much stuff I had to do for it, because it was like it was just building characters, building OCs and stuff like that. I'm used to it, don't get me wrong, but it's just when it's more than one OC that I gotta build, it's like, oh wow, okay. That's interesting. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm telling you, no lie, I'm just like trying to figure out things that I did, and it's like not coming to me. Oh, I did ask Blue Mage about her hair, because I was like, I know her fur is supposed to be cream, but I don't know what's the color of her hair. So he let me know the color of her hair, the bat wings and all that. So that's one thing that I did with this commission. I actually went to Blue Mage and asked him these questions, and he was speedy on it, like 100% quick. Like, I went on Discord, was like, hey Blue Mage, what is this supposed to be like? He's like, this and that, and I was done. So that's the cool part. I didn't show too much of her fingers, so I wasn't too worried about how many fingers and toes she had, because I didn't show too much of it. I know that Muriel has, in the reference picture, she has 5 nails on her feet, so I added those 5 nails below, and hopefully that's correct, because, you know, doing that again is gonna be crazy. There's one thing that had happened to me that kind of sucked, was I was working on the background, and my clip studio did crash on me, and I was like, oh my god, all this work is gone. But what happened was, it was just a green pasture or green road that was gone, and I had to redo everything. So I feel like what I was gonna go with wasn't as good as what I did now. So, you know, I played a lot with the measurements of the leaves and stuff like that, and I just like did little spots all over the place for the apples, because doing different apples would have gave me a heart attack. Because doing backgrounds really is a lot to work with. I did add lights and stuff just to give it some more life, because I like to show lights and darks and stuff like that in my images. And what I did differently this time with the eyes was I used a texture, like a cross-hatching texture on their eyes, and it made their eyes look very realistic, and that's really cool how that came out. I'm not gonna try to do it too much. I only did it for this because of her steed. Her steed had realistic eyes, so I'm not gonna do it too much because I don't want to get used to it and then incorporate it in Celestial Pulse. And here I go with having the wrong art style, the wrong mix with my comic. So yeah, definitely something that I did play with and I kind of fell in love with. So yeah, I'm just gonna use it for this one commission alone. I did like it though. So if you guys decide to do eyes, please use some type of cross hatching and stuff like that. That's what really brings the eyes to life, I will say. It makes it look more real, like shoujo type, I will say. Another cool thing that I did was for her fur and her hair and stuff like that, I did add that cross hatching there too, because with fur and stuff like that, I use cross hatching and it makes it give it depth, and it looks out of place and all over the place and stuff, and it gives that like furry type feel to me. I don't know how you guys will feel about that, but that's how it felt to me, and I was like, oh yeah, this works perfect. So yeah, I was just dabbling in it as much as I can, with the cross hatching and just having fun with the coloring process itself. I added 2 shades of dark, 1 shade of light, and I kept the base color as normal. What else did I do? I used blacks. I use a lot of blacks to make my shadows, because I felt like a powerful light will cast darker shadows if it was like really close to that person. So like if for example she's standing on the ground, she will have a nice light cast on her, but where her feet meet the ground is going to be 10 times darker, like almost blackish. So that's why I used the black on some of the areas, and it really made it pop. It wasn't that bad. I try to make the metal look as much metal as I could. It was kind of difficult because it was like it was separated, and I think what happened was I kept filling in the stuff, and instead of filling in the blank spaces, I filled in the line spaces, and it kept breaking my colors in half, and it was really agitating how I did that. And I was like, how did I do that? Like, that sucks. Why would I even do that? So guys, when you do your fill-ins, be sure to not click your line work, because your line work will be colored that color that you put it. So definitely keep that in mind. I didn't think that will ever happen, but it did. So definitely something that you want to keep in mind. What else did I do that I messed up or something? Definitely have your stuff saved. Save every 5 minutes. Again, my background almost got deleted entirely and I had to redo it. So definitely be sure to do that. What else did I do? I'm trying to figure out things that I did, messed up and stuff, so I could let you guys know, like, stuff I could have did better, stuff like that, because this is like a commission. Is 22 minutes of video, and I know that you guys are like tired, like, Vest, for real, you always talking in your videos, but I like to let you guys know, like, my thought process and what I'm doing and what happened during that time, so that maybe you could learn something from, like, not to do and what to do, stuff like that. Because again, commissions and drawing is hard, and there's always room to grow. So if you hear about somebody else's mistakes, you can always learn off of that, so that you don't make that mistake yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I'm trying to say on that. So yeah. To make the steel pop out as good, so it don't look flat, I did add like nice darks underneath it with the nice dark grays, and then add some black, and then I added some whites, and the whites really pulled like it made it look like there's spots that's like bended and stuff on the steel itself. Guys, I'm telling you, detail, I hate detail so much because I'm like very tedious on it. Like I just pay too much attention to it. Another thing that I did wrong was being that I didn't name my layers, I kept using a layer that I wasn't supposed to use. Like if I had a texture layer, I used a shade over that layer and it messed up my whole groove. So yeah, be sure to at least name your layers or something so that you can keep mind of what that does, so that you don't have to turn it on and off. I usually named them, but I was like just in the mood of drawing and just doing my thing that I just didn't think, you know what I'm saying? Another thing that I did was I used cross hatching on the feathers, and that did help with giving it that poofy look. What I did realize was that her steed had like a light color to its some of its feathers that were poking out. The reason why I didn't give it that like extreme light color was because I felt that it will just throw everything off. But if it has to be changed, it will be changed, you know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about it. Oh yeah, this is the thing that I was talking about. Like when I was trying to color, I will have to go turn it off and try to get rid of all those lines that was colored by my drop color stuff. So yeah, be sure not to color over your lines, man, because you're gonna be really pissed if that happens to you and you're like, yo, like, best warn me about this. It's just so bad because it's like you want to just color the whole thing. You don't want to sit there and click and click and click and click. It's just annoying, you know. You want to click once, do your shading and everything, and it comes out perfect. Boom, it's done, you know. The flute was a little bit tricky. I couldn't figure out the design and stuff like that, so I added some dots to it, and then I added like a nice little blue glow. After all that was completed, this is how it came out. It came out very beautiful. I love how the colors and everything came together. If you guys like this video, hit that like. And if you're new and you're like, hey Vest, I like what you do here, hit that subscribe and become one of our family members. Remember guys, I always stream on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to join us in our madness and our craziness there. Again guys, thank you for liking, sharing, telling a friend, and helping a friend. Have an amazing rest of the day. Bye bye.